One.
Luke, fucking hell, name's wrong tonight.
All killer, no filler.
Yeah, good album.
Tunes.
See, I saw my brother today, and it's nice catching up with him because he's still playing the same shit from 2000.
Ah, right. That's where the reference is. I was just going to say, was he in some 41 or something?
No, it was literally Sum 41, Offspring, and Good Charlotte. I was like, well, nothing's changed since the last time I was in your car 10 years ago.
I hate Offspring.
Yeah, I'm not a massive fan either.
I only like 2 songs of theirs. I know Rob's shaking his head. There's only 2 Offspring songs I like, and it's like I Want You Bad and the cover song I think that they did for Idle Hands that I can't remember the name of. You remember, Rob?
No.
Does that look like a face that remembers?
He's just judging me for hating on Offspring, but then what?
Are you shaking your head because you really like Offspring, Rob? Have I just said something that's really offensive?
I like them. I don't really like them. I'm not a nerd about them, as that's why I don't remember the name of the song, Mike. I just enjoy their music.
I'm not going to be offended because you don't like them.
No.
But also,
not
fuck you for
yeah. How fucking dare you not like a band that I'm okay with?
No, there's nothing wrong with the Offspring as long as I don't have to listen to them.
Apparently, the lead singer's about.
Is that what you say to your kids?
There's nothing wrong with my kids as long as I don't need to listen to them. I don't know. Anyway, welcome to episode 30 of Sitrep Happy Hour. And joining me today, my name's Mike. Let's just get that out of the way because I've noticed, like, listening back to a couple of the episodes, I'm like, yeah, here's my fridge. Oh yeah, my name's Mike, or something stupid like that. And joining me today, as always, is my co-host Robert.
Did you just say, "Here's my fridge"?
Here's my fridge.
Oh,
yeah.
Hi, by the way.
Yeah. Don't fucking judge me. Fuck you. And the other, why are you on the podcast? Yeah, Brad, welcome.
What? Hi. Me or Rob?
You.
Oh. No, you said, why are you on the podcast?
Yeah, apart from just to rip me. Well, I mean, that's what all of you are here for anyway, but there we go. Welcome to an hour's worth of Michael getting berated over naming his fridge on a podcast. And joining us is a special guest this week. I'd love to give the man a huge round of applause or a little clap. Welcome back. It's Luke. All hail the king in the north.
It's too hot to be the king of the north. I'm sweating my fucking balls off.
How you been, man?
Yeah, I'm all right.
Welcome back.
Thank you.
You're looking very healthy. You look like, I don't know if it's your lamp in the background, but you got a nice tango and tan color going on.
It's probably the lamp.
It's definitely the lamp.
He's gone full Oompa Loompa.
You know when you've been tangoed.
I call that Trump. Shade of Trump.
Oh, wow.
50
Thanks.
Shades of Trump. I don't know. I'm messing with it.
Just because you didn't go outside.
I do. Like, I got fucking. You can't see. I did get burnt today.
That's not sunburn. Piss off.
Not sunburn unless it's crispy on the outside. Anyway, let's move on from that shit. Boys, what are we drinking today? Roberto, you're very quiet over there. What are you drinking today, dude?
I have a Thatcher's Gold in my hand. Cider.
Liquid gold.
It's a hot day. I need a refreshing drink. Wine wasn't going to cut it this week.
I say there's no wine in the background.
No.
There's no bottle.
Do you think he's learned from like the last 2 episodes? Because I don't know if I know Luke's listened back. Have you noticed the theme by any chance?
I just want to ask Rob how the white wine was.
I don't remember.
I'm done.
Brad, what are you drinking today, dude?
I've already shown the other 2. Pineapple and raspberry Old Moo. Because it was what was in the fridge. I've been at a barbecue today, so I've had some San Miguel and Somersby, and I can't be asked to pick it up. After that, I've got a honey jack and lemonade.
Ooh. Fuck. You just reminded me I was supposed to sort out the monkey shoulder whilst we were recorded right now, and I forgot. But today, instead, I've got a cloudy vintage Henry Weston's.
Ooh la la.
Wow, you're all on cider. Okay.
Yeah, I mean, it's a nice day outside. It's a fucking beautiful day outside.
I've been outside all day.
Yeah, I mean, listening back to the beach episode, you don't like to go outside. I mean, I
No.
know that. The listeners know that. How was this even possible?
Well, we've got a new car, which means we can all fit in it. So now we have to have days out.
Ooh, somebody's doing well.
You don't sound too happy about that.
No.
I did wonder last weekend when you came over mine. I was like, oh yeah, Rob's probably going to be over now because his missus has got like a 7-seater, so he's got no excuse not to come over.
You've not just attached one of those like bike carriages to the back.
No. But
Pull him along.
7-seaters are ridiculous, right? They're not designed for having twins. Purely for the fact that the boot, when you've got the extra seats up, the boot is the size of a matchbox, and there is no room to put a double pram in the back. Cheryl's ordered 2 prams this week. We've got a pram, but there was no way in hell that was going to fit in there because it's like a big chunky thing to get just for comfort.
Question.
So she's
put
ordered
it on the roof.
Yeah, but that's just not convenient, is it? Like if you're doing a school run and you need to pop the kids in the pram for like 10 minutes, having a roof rack and putting, I don't know, it's just been a nightmare. She's ordered.
This is literally the audio definition of first world problems.
This is
It's
literally
just-
the audio
Hi.
definition of.
I just don't
Hi,
understand.
my name's Rob. I've had too much sex, so I've had too many kids. I've got too much money, so my car's too big, and my pram's too big to fit in my fucking car.
What do you think you got bargained with to go to Moores Valley today? But there we go. He's not denying it.
I'm ignoring you.
Can you get bigger than a 7-seater?
It's just when they're designing a 7-seater,
Mattress to
they
the
must think, oh, they're going to have more luggage because they've got too many fucking kids. Yet the boot is literally the surface area of my mouse mat.
I don't know why that's so funny.
It's
Do you need
literally
2 cars?
we ordered a like a double pram, like a one that they sit in tandem, so one in the front, one in the back, and that wouldn't fit. So we ordered another one that's just like a mini version of what we got in the garage already, that folds down really flat, and that fits if you take the wheels off. So that's what we've had to deal with. It's not fun.
Wow, thank you for listening to another episode of The Dad Pod, brought to you by the Match Those Buttons Network. No, it's shit that people don't think of, isn't it? When you have
People that
kids, I
design
guess.
cars don't understand.
They don't have 5 kids.
No, clearly.
What else would you design a 7-seater for, though?
I don't- yeah,
what else would you be
precisely, my
thinking
point.
of?
It's ridiculous.
You're not
I
a
think you,
dog dad.
I think you
6
should.
dogs.
I think you should write them a very, very, very stern letter, saying, "Excuse me, whatever the car maker is."
It's a Vauxhall Zafira.
Ooh. Anyway, is it nice to drive? Have you driven it yet?
Yes. No, it's not. It's horrible.
Is it like driving a
Boat.
beach buggy?
Yeah.
A boat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If it's the same as what Laura's dad had, do you need like a tailwind to get up slight hills?
No, it's because it's a 16.
It's
It's a 1.6 16 valve. It's actually quite nippy, to be honest. If you're the only one in it.
Does it feel like you're on an episode of the Brady Bunch when you're going up the road?
No.
Damn it. Anyway, I suppose, Brad, what have you been up to? We know what Rob's been up to this week. He's been trying out his sweet new wheels. Unless you've been up to anything else, Rob. Did you have a nice day today at Moores Valley?
Yeah, it was actually pretty good.
Can I interject for just a second?
Yeah.
You've already forgot to ask Luke what he's drinking.
Ah, Luke. Oh, he hasn't
Just
been
come
here.
back.
Luke, what?
It doesn't matter because it's just Colin. So
We're not like a no beer podcast now. You know that.
no,
Things
it's not
haven't
because it's
changed.
absolutely bog standard generic lager. So it really doesn't matter whether you ask me or not.
What's lower than Carling? What would be classed?
Carlsberg.
Good.
I disagree with that. I like Carlsberg over Carling.
I do.
Yeah,
The Pilsner
taste-
one's quite nice, actually.
I haven't tried. Oh, is that the what's it called? I've forgotten his name. Yeah, it's only brewed in Denmark. Boy,
Carlsberg Pilsner.
what's his fucking name?
It's just told you.
Mads Mikkelsen.
What? What?
Doesn't
Oh,
he go-
he did do an advert for it. Yeah, he did.
Yeah, I thought he did an advert for it.
Yeah, but it's just called Carlsberg Pilsner. It's not. It's not
Carlsberg
special.
Mads.
It literally just told you what the answer was.
I thought it was Mads
Yes,
Mikkelsen's
Luke's
favorite
back.
beer. Oh fucking hell!
I don't think I've ever drunk that. Is it nice?
Yes,
Not that he's drinking it right now.
it's a bit smoother than normal Carlsberg in my
Yeah,
opinion.
it is good. It is nice.
It's
You've
like
had
when
a nice-
Stella bought out Stella 4. That was a bit smoother than
Oh,
Stella.
yeah,
I
I
you want to
prefer
murder
that.
people.
You've had
Yeah.
a nice pint of Carling before. You know what will be back on the menu soon? Some Sweet Days Out to Salisbury. I mean, we're all gonna love that.
Yeah, especially if it's like today.
Well, it's
Lovely.
contaminated anyway, plus the virus. Hey, fuck it.
Novichok and COVID.
Yeah, the best. Novich. Anyway, yeah. Hey, Brad, what have you been up to this week? You've been pretty busy this week.
Oh, yeah, I had to isolate for a day because I had a positive lateral flow test.
Oh yeah, you killed the whole of a building where we work, which what like 20 people got sent home because of you to then
Yeah.
come back negative. How does that make you feel? Also, have you told anybody at work about this yet? That you've
Yeah, they all went and did tests. They're all negative as well.
Oh, that's fine. Because I was like, can I go home? I was with Brad for like 10 minutes. No, son of a bitch.
No,
yeah.
Apart from that, we've watched quite a lot actually. We watched Raya and the Last Dragon on Disney Plus.
I've seen that
animated
about
film.
20 times.
Oh, do the kids like it? Do they?
Yeah.
It was quite good, I thought, but I imagine not after 20 times.
I think
It was good.
it was on before I came up, actually.
Was it?
Sounds
this
like
one-
living nightmare for you, Rob, because you don't rewatch movies anyway, do you?
No.
Unless it's The Matrix.
Not more than once.
No. I kind of understand that though. I think the older I'm getting, the less I want to rewatch films. Like even if they're good.
Yeah, you just got less time
Yeah.
to rewatch shit.
I think that's the thing. Unless it's like, Christ, I don't know how many times I've seen Back to the Future, but I put that on again the other day, and me, Remy, and Eli was sat there watching it, and like they fucking loved it. Like it's just one of those films that you put on and still stop, sit down, and watch it, sort of thing when it's on. But there's not many. I kind of agree with Rob. But there's not many films that I would do that with, if you know what I mean.
When was the last time
Yeah.
you sat down and watched Ghostbusters?
Monday.
That's a weekly occurrence, isn't it?
Nailed it.
Yeah.
Or once a day, at least.
Yeah, it's Pancake and Ghostbusters Monday.
Did the boys have pancakes today? Did the boys? Huh? Yeah, they had pancakes this morning. I didn't have any pancakes. I actually got a line this morning. I stayed in bed, so yeah, I kind of skipped out on pancakes, but I did have a nice bagel with egg and bacon and avocado, which was
Ooh,
quite nice. Yeah,
very
it's quite
nice.
Hey, Brad, what else you been watching? We know you've watched Ray and the Last Dragon. We know Rob's watched it 50 times this week. What else you been up to?
We have watched 3 episodes of The Watch.
Oh,
on BBC, which is the
yeah.
Terry Pratchett thing. That's been quite good so far. I know Laura's read the books and it's not quite accurate to it, so she's not. It's good, but I think she's like it's not like how I expected it to be. But I've enjoyed it so far. It's been good. I think there's 8 episodes maybe.
I actually finished a program on BBC. Is it BBC iPlayer this week? Technically, I don't know if it's on BBC Two or what the fuck it's on. But it took me almost a year. I think the new season's out in September.
Oh yeah.
I finally finished season 2 of What We Do in the Shadows, and it's fucking good. It's so fucking good. The episode with the witches where they're trying to get the fucking semen, but they were going to kill them.
So good.
It doesn't make any sense though. The witches are going to basically stick a corkscrew into their like genitals to get the semen out, and then Gilmer's like, why kill the supply? Just make them jack off. Sort of. It's such a weird kind of. I don't know. I love that program more than I should, but yeah, bring on season 3. Also, the
So
Mark
confused
Hamill.
right now.
What we do in the shadows? Have you seen any of what we do in the shadows? Have you seen the film?
No, but just you talking about extracting sperm from witches' vaginas just got me really confused.
No, I didn't say it was witches' vaginas. It was
That was Luke's mind went into there.
I don't think you can. Well, yeah, I mean, you could extract it from a witch's. Yeah, I don't want to know about that. Anyway, that's a different topic for a different day. Maybe not today. Maybe tomorrow. Rob, what's your thoughts on extracting semen from a witch's vagina?
Is that a genuine question?
Yeah.
So I'm not going to answer it.
And can you do it in the back of a Vauxhall Zafira?
With 5 other people in the back.
You know how we relate every movie back to... Oh, shit.
The old guard.
Thank you very much for saving me there, Mike. We're going to relate every activity back to can you do it in the back of a Vauxhall Zafira now? It's a new podcast thing.
Can you make twins at the back of the Zafira?
There's not enough room.
Not if the current twins are already in there.
Yeah.
Oh, God, I've missed you guys.
Sorry, dude.
We missed you too.
Yeah. Anyway,
One more thing that I know at least Mike's watched is Fear Street.
Yes.
I've watched part 1, and it's so good.
Ooh, okay, I'm ahead of you then. I've watched 1 and 2.
I wanted to watch 2 yesterday. I just didn't have time.
I watched part 2 yesterday. I was absolutely shattered, so I fell asleep probably with the last 20 minutes. So I need to kind of watch the end of that. Rob, did you get a chance to watch any of First Street at all?
What's Fear Street? Is this that 3-part thing that's set in different years? No, I haven't watched any of it.
Yeah, it's up on Netflix at the minute if you want to check it out. But they're all done by the same writer, same director, and they're like simultaneously interlinked. I think personally, I don't know if you guys would agree, but part 1 is probably the best out of the ones that I've seen so far.
Agreed.
I've only seen part 1, so yeah.
I gotta be honest, Brad, I'm very proud of you. I know you watched Haunting of Hill House and you're not a huge horror fan, but come on, like, well done. Props to you.
Yeah, but it wasn't that scary though, is it? It's like Stranger Things, but a bit gory.
Yeah. I mean, even you still had... I know why you don't like horror films. I know why Rob doesn't like horror films, because it's like, why didn't they do this? And why didn't they do that? You know, there's like this stupid shit
yeah,
that
but I enjoyed it enough that I'll give it a pass. It's fine.
Yeah.
I was just a bit confused.
This is more of a horror movie of like the Scream ilk rather than like the Insidious sort of...
Yeah.
Like Insidious and that are actually made to scare you, aren't they? Whereas like Scream and I Know What You Did Last Summer and all of that sort of shit are just, here's a group of people and you can probably pick out which ones are going to die first.
It didn't feel... I mean, I don't want to give any... I don't know if you guys want to go into spoilers or anything on this, but like, I do like the opening.
It's only a couple of weeks old, isn't it? So.
The opening of this, I wasn't expecting it to kind of hit home that quick. It was like, oh yeah, this, like, it doesn't really spoil. It's literally the first 5 minutes of the film. Like, someone dies, and you're like, holy fuck, you know, that's pretty...
Yeah, because I assumed she would be in it for like the whole film.
Yeah, well, that's what there was so many cliches kind of thrown back to. I Know What You Did Last Summer, Scream, and all the rest of it, and I don't know, it's so good. And then you've got, you know, the other villains that kind of turn up briefly later on in the film, and there's kind of like a twist where they kind of like do a fake out, which is really, I thought was pretty cool. And then it's like, nah. So, yeah. And then it kind of leads into the second one. I don't know what you thought of the second one, Luke.
It was good. I do agree with you that the first one was slightly better, but I felt like the characters were more relatable in the first one than the second one. That might be just me, but they were killing characters off in the second one. I was just like, yeah, not bothered. And people died in the first one. I was like, oh, I liked him or her.
The weird thing with the second one, so the second one's set in a camp in, what is it, 1978?
Yes.
It's Camp Nightwing, which I thought was quite funny, because obviously Batman, blah, blah, blah. And the funny thing is you can't show kids being killed. So even though you have like that R rating, you can't see like a dude chop up a bunch of kids at camp. So it's kind of weird. Do you know what I mean? It's kind of like there's no you're not seeing like any consequences, or it's just like, oh no, here's some blood on the floor, and it's not.
Yeah.
I don't know, but apparently, the third part's pretty good. It's up there with the first one. So
But that only came out yesterday, didn't it? The third part.
yes,
Yeah. I might try and watch that in the morning actually before I. Boring life fact: go and do the big shop.
Woo! Yeah.
It sounds like you need a big car for a big shop.
Can you fit a month's worth of shopping into a Vauxhall Zafira?
No, it hasn't got a boot. Unless you folded the back seats down, then yeah.
I can't wait till next week's episode. Rob, we're gonna start a new segment. What can you fit in the back of a Vauxhall Zafira? I just want like little snippets on your Twitter page. You filming trying to fit like a fridge in the back of that with all your kids, or like a watermelon, or
I think the best question that we could ask
some
Rob
immigrants.
is, can you fit all the shit that Mike's paid for and left in the supermarket in the back of a Vauxhall Zafira?
Definitely not.
Hey, I haven't
And you
done that
fit all
bad.
the leaflets that Remy's picked up.
No, not a chance. I cleaned my car out the other weekend because we went to Devon and back. That was a pretty stupid idea, but there we go. And yeah, there was like 20 of them. I'm like, dude, we do not need any more. Like, can we just take them back? Can we just put them back in the holder? It doesn't make any sense to hold these things. Luke, I suppose it's down to you. What? Obviously, you've watched Fear Street. What have you been up to? When was the last time you joined us, dude?
Fucking, I had to clear it off my laptop before we started recording. The last episode I was on was 20.
Wow, we did that long with. I didn't think it was that long.
So 10 episodes. Almost.
Yeah.
9.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah.
Yeah.
The
Well,
math,
welcome
the
back.
math checks out. You've said that already, but thank you.
I feel like it's a special episode coming back on episode 30.
Yeah, I'll be gone for another 10 episodes. I've watched quite a lot, to be honest. Do you want me just to
Yeah,
Yeah,
reel it
go-
off, dude.
do a
Yeah,
list
go
or
for
what?
it.
Well, the only thing I've watched on council TV recently was the BBC.
Council TV.
Yeah, council TV. Was Time, which was Stephen Graham and Sean Bean. That's really good if anybody's got BBC.
Is that the
That's-
prison one?
Yes, it is.
Yeah.
That's really good. I watched Rogue with Megan Fox in it. That's terrible. I watched Cold Pursuit with Liam Neeson in it. That's exactly what you'd expect from a Liam Neeson movie. I watched Without Remorse, which is the Tom Clancy movie. That's pretty good. Go ahead.
It was pretty good.
Did you? Well, yeah. Well, we watched it and we weren't able to chat with you about it. And I did like we kind of wondered what you kind of thought about it because I think we discussed it before you disappeared.
I think we talked about the trailer, yes, because we definitely talked about the Fear Street trailers when they came out as well. So
Did we?
I think so, because you talked about Fear Street coming out ages ago.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
I didn't realize it was that
Yeah,
long
yeah,
ago.
yeah,
I thought it was like
yeah,
a month
yeah.
ago.
Yeah.
Thank you very much, Arnold Schwarzenegger.
You're welcome.
Yes. You son of a bitch. Yeah, I've completely lost.
Without remorse.
Out remorse.
That's it. Yeah, it's pretty good. I enjoyed it. Did you watch the post credits?
Yes.
Would you want to watch another one?
Yes.
Thank you for answering. Have you watched anything else, or is that it?
I watched them. I'm going to pronounce this all wrong, so I'll let Mike take the piss out of me for pronouncing it wrong. But the Mauritanian, it's got Jodie Foster and Cumberbatch in it. That was good.
I have no idea.
What's that? I've not heard of that.
That's there's a Guantanamo Bay prisoner that takes the US government to court to get released because he's been held for 10 years or so without charge, which is how they treated people at Guantanamo Bay. And then his appeal, whatever, fuck off.
You can't fucking ask
what-
me, boy.
What are the bullets that set people on fire? Yeah, exactly. Shut up.
Incendiary.
Yeah, right.
He's
and
been
then
practicing that.
his appeal process takes like another 6 years. So I think basically he was held at Guantanamo Bay for like 20 odd years without charge and was found innocent when they did release him. So
It's Leviosa, not Leviosa.
You just said the same
Don't.
word twice.
It's Leviosa.
Is it a film or a series?
It's a
Is
film.
it a film? Yes.
Yeah. And last but not least, The Sound of Metal with Riz Ahmed.
Oh, is it any good?
I really enjoyed it. Yeah.
Because didn't it get a? Was it a? Sorry, I've got a new cat and she's destroying my room at the minute. Oh, what the fuck she's doing? Yeah, didn't it get nominated for some award? I know. Did it get nominated for some British awards and then it was up for debate in the Oscars or something like that?
Yeah. I think Riz Ahmed was nominated for Best Actor, I believe. I might be wrong on that in the Oscars, but he definitely got nominated in the. Is it the BAFTAs, the British one?
I did want to say the
Yeah,
BAFTAs, but I thought that was the TV awards, so I'm not. BAFTA. I don't know.
I think it's Film and TV
Yeah,
Awards, isn't it?
yes.
Oh, is it film and TV awards? So
Yeah.
I'm not sure.
What's that? I haven't heard of that one either. What's that one?
So that's there's not much of a cast in it because it's basically just Riz Ahmed, but it's basically a drummer that starts to get really, really bad tinnitus and then he loses his hearing. But it's all he knows. He just knows how to be a drummer. So it's about his journey, accepting being deaf and then getting a hearing implant. And he's desperate for this hearing implant to get back to the life that he wants and the life that he knows. And then the second he gets it, he realizes that the life he had is not what he wanted anyway. So he takes it out
All
and
right.
just accepts being deaf right at the end. Spoilers. But it is good. It's a very, very good performance by Riz Ahmed, to be fair.
Yeah, I'm trying to think what else I've seen him. He was obviously in. He was in Star Wars Rogue One, I believe, and he was also in Nightcrawler as the camera guy, I believe, as well, with Jake Gyllenhaal. I know
The only
nobody else really likes that film, but I do like that film. It's a good film.
The only thing I've watched that I haven't mentioned, because we mentioned it in chat before, was Clarkson's Farm on Prime, which is fucking awesome.
I haven't seen it. I'll be honest.
I need to watch it. Everyone I've spoke to said it's really good.
Yeah, it's literally just transplanting Jeremy Clarkson from Top Gear fame into any other program, but literally like lifting him out of Top Gear and putting him into his own show because he's exactly the same person.
Good.
Yeah.
Just a complete
I've
bumbling
watched-
idiot.
I watched the first episode where he goes and buys a tractor.
Yep.
And then finds out it's the completely wrong tractor. It doesn't fit where he needs to drive it.
Yep.
It's hilarious.
But Jeremy Clarkson being "I need power"
Yeah.
sort of character, he looks at all these used tractors that are a couple of grand and whatever, and would do the job, or a lot of the jobs that he wants to do, absolutely fine. But then he goes out and buys an absolute monster of a Lamborghini tractor.
Yeah, Lamborghini, that was it. I was trying to think what it would make was.
See, you saying that, I feel like we could swap him out for Ian McDermott, and he could be the Emperor.
What power?
Ultimate power, do it. Rob,
So-
have you got? Have you? Oh, sorry.
You're telling me, Luke, you had 9 episodes out and you didn't watch Dark?
Correct.
I'll say this. I want to give huge props to Cheshire
Bringing it
Cat.
back.
Cheshire Cat, I'm pretty sure she was like, I don't know if I can watch Dark, blah blah blah, because it's German subtitles or it's in German and the acting's crap. But she's basically on season 3 now. She's blasted through it, and she's been watching Loki, as I'm sure most people have as well. I might as well move on to that. Boys, what do you think of Loki? Luke, I assume you haven't had a chance to watch it.
I haven't had chance, and I don't want to.
No, that's fair enough. I think we'd made a decision we were going to do like an episode, but I think Rob made a very good point. For the first 4 episodes of that show, not a lot happens.
No, it's like, here's this character that you'll really like just in a goofy series for a bit, and then it's like, oh, by the way, here's a game-changing ending.
Yeah, I really do want to spoil this. I will say for the next few minutes, if you want to skip ahead or pause it, go watch Loki, and then come back. Rob, what did you think of the last couple of episodes of Loki?
I watched the last episodes in one sitting. So I feel like if you are going to watch this, like if you haven't watched it, you should just watch the whole lot, because the first 4 episodes are literally just set up for those last two episodes.
Yeah, I feel like you could literally watch this in 2 sittings, right? So watch the first 3 episodes, and then watch the last 3 episodes in one hit, and just have it done. Because there's exactly how, like, we watched it week to week for the first 3 episodes, and then I got to Wednesday when the latest episode dropped, and like I was seeing spoilers from the last episode, the episode before. So obviously, who turns up in episode 5? You know, with Kid Loki, the alligator. Is it alligator Loki or crocodile Loki?
Yeah.
I don't know which one. You got fucking Richard E. Grant as a Loki as well, or future Loki. I don't know if that's meant to be. I'm guessing that's supposed to be future Tom Hiddleston, even though he's wearing different. Anyway, it doesn't matter.
It's from a different timeline, so.
Yeah. And I was just basically like, fuck it. I don't want to ruin this ending. Everyone's already fucking going on about it. Fuck it. I'm just going to sit down. So Wednesday night, I watched all 3 episodes back to back. Now, I think, Brad, you pretty much summed up the last episode very quickly. What is the last episode full of?
Did I?
Yeah,
Exposition.
If you love exposition, watch episode 6. It's absolutely brilliant.
But it's
yeah.
good. It's really good, though.
It is really good. Are you happy with who the villain is at the end of episode 6, Rob? Do you know who the villain is at the end of episode 6?
No.
Okay.
Should I?
Well, they don't specifically state it. I think
They don't say his name.
No, but it's basically alluded to that he is Kang the Conqueror from the Marvel. Like, it's like from one of the 60s. I think it was introduced in the 60s. And he is basically the nice version of Kang the Conqueror. As he said, he's like, I think he's supposed to be a Mortis. I think they call him different versions of Kang the Conqueror, but this is like the next big bad. So this is setting up like Avengers 5, Secret Wars, all the rest of it, you know.
The good thing about him is if he's good in this episode, but he could play that character a completely different way in everything he's in.
I think that's the whole point,
MCU.
though, isn't it?
He could be like a different version of him. So he could be like the nice guy, he could be a dick, he could be like different.
Yeah. And I gotta give it to Owen Wilson. I think he really fucking nailed this series. I really liked him in this series, and I don't know if you saw the end credits for it, Rob, but there is a season 2 of Loki coming.
Yeah,
which has been announced.
It was like everywhere.
Yeah. And then obviously with the end of Loki being like, oh, different timeline. Because that's why he doesn't recognize him at the end of Loki.
It's basically like another big setup for a multiverse, isn't it? So
right. So my question to you guys, and I feel like it's a good question because obviously this is now kicking everything off.
Is this like this is setting up What If, or is this setting up
everything? This is everything.
Obviously, the multiverse of madness.
Yeah, multiverse of madness. So basically, Luke, something we watched Loki, and the whole thing with Loki is there's like a whole fucking timeline. I know you watched Endgame yet? You not watched Endgame? Well, basically, there's time travel. There's time travel in Endgame. They go backwards and forwards, and they realize there's like multiple timelines. And now they're kind of expanding that. So all future, they're basically heading into the multiverse. And at the end of Loki, the timeline's fucked. So they've spent the whole millions of years keep having the TVA keep the timelines in check. And now Kang or Immortus is basically dead. No one's in control of it, and it's all gone to shit. Therefore, setting up Kang the Conqueror coming in the future.
What happens to Sylvie? Do we know?
Don't know. I don't know.
Okay.
But this is literally their. Here we go. Now we can introduce Fantastic Four, and now we can bring Spider-Man in, or not Spider-Man. Sorry, like Venom and people like that.
Deadpool.
Or Deadpool,
You can bring Deadpool, Fantastic Four, Morbius,
X-Men.
You can literally bring everybody in. I know I put it in chat to you guys. Did anybody get a chance to watch the Deadpool reacts to Free Guy video?
Yes.
Yeah.
Luke, did you see that at all?
No.
So the funny thing about that, and I don't know, the reason I found it funny is the fact that Ryan Reynolds has reacted to a film that he made dressed as Deadpool. It's like the epitome of fucking I want to say irony. But it's not
Snaky in
irony.
its tail.
Yeah, it's just Ryan Reynolds all over, isn't it? The fact that he's done that, and not only
Yeah, but
has
you've
he
also
done
got Korg,
played by
who's
Taika Waititi.
who is
Who's-
also in Free Guy.
He's the director, isn't
Yeah.
he?
I don't know if he's the director of Free Guy, but yeah,
He's in the film as well.
Oh, right, yeah, yes.
yeah, because I'm pretty sure that you were interested in Free Guy when we discussed it fucking months
Yeah,
ago.
well, yeah.
But
Not
like,
out yet.
No.
No,
It's not another casualty
Watch
of
the
COVID.
reaction trailer because he literally says that we were going to react to the film that everyone thought came out a year ago.
this is fucking perfect marketing. Do you know what the best thing about this though, right? Is the fact that Ryan Reynolds had to go to Kevin Feige, who's obviously in charge of the whole fucking Marvel universe, and has gone, look, Feige, I wanna do this, and I wanna get Korg. So this has to be on record like the most expensive reaction video ever, because you've had to CGI in the other characters sat on the fucking settee with
Yeah.
him. I love
Do you
the
think
fact
that's
that
how Deadpool will be in the MCU as well, like bleeping out the swear words? Do you think that's how they'll get away with it?
I think watching this, you can bring Deadpool in. It'd be so fucking easy now. I don't even think people would question it, and it's in the works. You know,
That's not what he asked. He asked if they'd get rid of the swear words, if they'd have to tone Deadpool down. I
don't
guess
think.
Like, would they
I-
get away with bleeping them? Or would
Yeah,
they, like,
yeah.
not?
I think he would be like mother. I think there would be a meta way of handling
He would
that.
he would be like, he would say something and then he'd be like, "Oh, come on, you're beeping joking me," like because
Yeah.
he gets beeped, that sort of thing. I think
Yeah,
that's
definitely.
like what they'll do.
Yeah, because you're allowed so many swear words, aren't you? They'd probably use that to walk a thin line
Mm.
and to break the fourth wall to explain like why he's getting
But
beeped.
oh, he definitely breaks the fourth wall.
But the other thing with this video is the fact that it is actually Ryan Reynolds in the costume. Like he didn't even need to be in the costume. They could have just done a stunt double and he could have just done the voiceover for it. But no, that's actually Ryan Reynolds in the costume because they've done like behind the scenes images of him taking the mask off and all the rest of it.
Doesn't surprise me. He strikes me as the kind of actor that enjoys that sort of stuff.
Yeah,
Like, if he's going to do something, he'll do it properly, not half-arse it. Do you know what I mean?
but it also shows that it doesn't matter how old Ryan Reynolds is. You can just fucking chuck him in a suit. And it doesn't matter. He's perfect for the role. They need to hurry up because I mean I think the earliest we're probably going to see a Deadpool film is 2023 at this point. Like there's nothing. They've only just started writing the script for it. So you're talking at least 2 years away.
So what's he been doing for
Cameo,
18 months
though.
while we've been COVID?
The fucking Disney Fox merger has not helped, has it really? But yeah.
That stopped people writing a script, did it?
No, but I think the idea to start with, before Fox got bought, he was trying to bring Jackman back for one last like hurrah, planes, trains, and automobiles style, where they both go on a road trip together. And I still want to see that film. I still want to see Ryan Reynolds and Hugh Jackman just ripping the fuck out of each other for 2 hours or an hour and a half.
They should make a TV series where they go on road trips together and just rip the piss out of each other.
Yeah, that would be, well, they're already doing it on social media anyway. I mean, it's just
Well,
a
yeah, just
continuation
film
of
it.
that.
Yeah.
Just be a bit more expensive, I guess. Anyway, very quickly, back to Loki. Like, there's been fucking rumor after rumor. There's even been shit this week about it, where there's some fucking Spanish translator has been like, for Tobey Maguire, like, I'm not gonna say anything, but you know, as if that gives anything away. Nobody even knows what the fuck that means. Do you guys think, after seeing episode 6 of Loki, there is a chance that Tom Holland will be joined by Tobey Maguire and Andrew Garfield this December in Spider-Man No Way Home? Robert.
What? I'm really confused about what you on about a Spanish translator.
There was a Spanish translator this week that somebody asked him the question, is Tobey Maguire or Andrew Garfield coming back. Who I can't remember who he does the translator for it. But yeah.
But for Loki, he was like translating. He's
No.
a Spanish translator.
He was a Spanish translator for Tobey Maguire in
Oh, sorry.
one of the
Right.
old Spider-Man films. Sorry, I can probably really confused that. Anyway,
Tobey Maguire's Spanish.
Yes, Robert. Tobey Maguire.
Why
is
does he need a
Spanish.
translator?
Because not all. Do I need to explain that? Luke, please help me. You
No, mate.
son of a bitch.
You're digging your own fucking hole here.
No, he's just been a son of a bitch.
I want to know. I want to know why you went. Oh, let's go back to Loki and instantly moved on to Spider-Man.
Well,
Because
my
it's-
question was, off the back of Loki, are we going to get
I got
the
what
three
you meant.
boys? Are we going to get our boys back together? Are the boys back in town this
What do you mean
December?
back together? They've never been in a movie together. How can you say back together?
Is we're going to get the boys
The
back?
end. The end of Loki
Look us,
basically
Luke.
means that there is now
Huge.
hundreds of thousands of different timelines in the MCU that are
This is why I don't care about fucking superhero movies.
potentially at war with each other.
It's not DC, dude. Sorry, bro.
There's only 52 universes in the DC universe.
I don't fucking care.
There's infinite in Marvel.
Fucking nerd.
Yes, they will probably be in it, to answer your question.
Thank you, Brad. At least nobody understood what I meant. And no, I'm messing. But yeah. I think that's it for what we've been up to for like the last 42 minutes.
Wow, is that how long we've been talking about what we've already done?
Yes.
I'm not. I watched Space Jam the other day.
Oh, did you?
Yeah, the new one.
The new one. Please tell me it's as bad as everybody else has said it is, because I want that film to fail on its arse.
There's one joke and I liked about it. They're like, we found Michael Jordan in the crowd because they're like losing, and there's the guy walks in, you see his silhouette, and then he appears and it's Michael B. Jordan.
That is good.
Spoilers, but yeah.
Yeah.
I know it's not a remake, but a Space Jam sequel, follow-up, remake, whatever the fuck you want to call it. It's just a terrible idea.
It's something I should probably throw out there. Is anybody looking forward to Suicide Squad? It's literally dropping, I think, next week.
Yes.
Next
I am
weekend.
Very excited.
The reviews have been pretty good for it so far, from what I've seen. Like, it's gory, it's violent, but somehow it's full of heart or something.
Kevin Hart.
Is that
Kevin Hart. Kevin Hart is playing Deadshot.
Is that going to be on a streaming server? Is it just?
Yeah, it's on HBO Max, I believe, next weekend.
The Free Guy isn't, is it?
No, it's that's not going to be in cinemas at all, because that's Disney/Fox, whichever one you kind of want to use.
No, it's only in cinema, isn't it?
Yeah, it's only in cinema. Otherwise, it'd be on Disney Plus.
Yeah.
I think they're counting on that Ryan Reynolds bank.
Anyway,
Though-
is it good, Rob? Is it serviceable or is it bad?
What?
Raya and the Last Dragon.
Space Jam.
Space Jam.
Is there enough jam in that film? Does it make you want to slam?
Can you let me finish the thought, please? LeBron James is, if not more wooden than
A piece of wood.
than Michael Jordan in the first one, so that's like spot on. But yeah, the story's a bit meh. But then it's just a sequel. It's like pretty much you could just. My kids enjoyed it.
Are the animated characters still the same voices?
No.
Zendaya is playing Lola Bunny, I think.
Right.
So that's definitely not the same. But I don't know about the others.
But like,
You get-
sorry.
No, go on.
They definitely abuse the fact that they own Warner Brother, like the Warner Brother properties. You see, like a lot of Warner Brother properties in this film.
Do you see Zack Snyder in this film?
No, I wouldn't know. I don't know what he looks like.
You don't know what he looks like.
No,
Oh,
but like that Wonder Woman's in it, and it's like you see Like there's Matrix references,
Harry Potter.
probably.
Probably.
Like there's,
I did hear
you'd have to pay attention because they get a load of people in for the crowd, and there's people stood around, and if you're not like paying attention, you'll miss
Okay.
people.
Is it a bit like Ready Player One, that kind of
Yeah,
style?
the Iron Giant's there as well, and yeah.
Nice.
Are there any additional basketball players involved?
No.
Or is it literally just LeBron?
No, I think it is literally just LeBron
And
because
his
they
son.
they couldn't get anybody else in, whereas Michael Jordan could
Yeah.
in
'Cause,
that first one.
My understanding of NBA is that LeBron is not particularly loved anywhere near in the way that Michael Jordan was/is still.
And Rhodey's in it as well. From Iron Man. Whatever his name is in real life.
Don Cheadle.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's
Big cheese.
He's the villain.
Would you watch it again? Have you watched it again?
No.
Okay. I suppose to be very quickly.
It made me want to watch the first one again.
To some news.
Is there any news?
Bradley, there's a little bit. In good Ubisoft fashion, Brad, I think you'll like this one. Okay, Luke, you haven't been on the podcast for a while. We used to do a podcast based on a live service game.
I don't remember that.
No, I don't think many people can.
That must have been in a different universe.
That explains it. This is what Sitrep Radio would have done if they hadn't have done a Division podcast. Anyway, surely you must have heard of the Assassin's Creed franchise.
Yes. I've even played some of them.
Have you? I didn't know you played Assassin's Creed.
Some of them back in the early days.
Which one? What, like Assassin's Creed 1, 2, 3, Brotherhood?
1, 2, and
Back on my shoe.
think Brotherhood.
Yeah, I quite enjoyed Brotherhood. Okay, so based on that knowledge that you have of that franchise, bear in mind, I know you haven't played any of the recent ones. Brad is like trying so hard to be quiet by like to it right now. How would you feel about them turning Assassin's Creed into a live service? Silence.
I don't know whether to be a sassy twat or to just say why.
Be a sassy twat.
Why?
While we were, it's
My wife.
if you
Why does Assassin's Creed need to be a live service game?
if you played the
why
most
is it not? Go on, sorry.
if you played the most recent of the franchise, you would probably understand more
Right.
because it's slowly turning into like an RPG.
It's
Right,
RPG. There's live events and
In that case, it makes more sense. I was just going on it being a story-driven solo.
It's still story driven, but
experience.
they really have lent into the RPG.
Yeah. So for those that don't know, Assassin's Creed Infinity was, I think, it was leaked by Jason Schreier, and then they had to bring out all the information that yes, they're working on something that can be continually updated, and there will be single player story content, but they're gonna react to it like it's a live service. I'm going to be honest, from my experience with Ubisoft's version of a live service, it's a hell fucking no from me, because you need to regularly put content out there for it to be a live service, not just microtransactions and a bunch of fucking skins. But that's just my opinion, and they might prove us wrong. I'm open to seeing what they do. Also, I believe, what's it called? Rainbow Six Extraction has got fucking axed till pushed till whenever. I don't know what the date was. Brad, I know you've played every single one of the Assassin's Creed games. How do you feel about Assassin's Creed Infinity and the move to a live service version of this game?
Yeah, so the Ubisoft thing does worry me a little bit with their track record.
What do you mean?
What? You know what I mean.
You know what I mean?
If there are still studios that are doing single player games, I would be more interested in that than a live service game. If they do it well, I will be interested, and by well, I would like. I thought about it a bit. They're saying that the seasons could be different eras. So, like, season 1 would be the Crusades, and then it would change, and then you'd be like in a different time period or whatever, which is kind of cool. But it would, for me to play it, it would need to have a story in it and like lots to do, basically like an Assassin's Creed game. If it was just they tried to make fucking a battle royale or a multiplayer game like they did in Brotherhood, I wouldn't be interested. But if they did something that had a decent amount of, you can go in, you do the missions, and then you can go off and you can do missions with other people if you want to, and then
See, the only thing I would say is I can imagine that they're going to bring seasons into this. You're going to get events, much like what we had in the Division.
yeah, I'm pretty sure the change in time period is what they're doing for different seasons.
Yeah.
It's going to be
But
the Fortnite model.
Yeah.
There's going to be a season pass. You have to pay £10 a month or per season or something, or unless you get the Ultimate Edition, then you get all the seasons for the year.
Or play it enough so that you can just pay for your next season, sort of thing, kind of like what Call of Duty does. Where if you play that season enough, I'm pretty sure it's the same in those kind of games.
That's what I mean. If the season has a character and a story, then I will play it. If it doesn't, then I probably won't.
The story is definitely going to suffer. They're going to concentrate. They're going to take. There's going to be like less focus on that because that's not what makes money nowadays.
No.
My worry is they add the in-game events like they did in the Division, and they kind of space out because to be honest, I think the DLC drops and stuff like that in Assassin's Creed have been pretty good, haven't they? Like you've had quite decent.
Yeah, they have been good. Yeah.
DLC updates, whereas I mean, they're still waiting for content in the Division 2 at the minute, which was, I mean, admittedly, it was announced back in March, and they're rerunning the seasons from like the last 2 years or however long it's been. And if that's what's going to happen with Assassin's Creed going forward, that's a bit.
I don't know how they would get like big raid or like a big event thing into that gameplay. I just don't see how it would work. So
I don't know.
I don't know. I don't know what I have no idea how they're going to make this work. So
for Assassin's Creed fans, I hope they get it right.
Yeah, I do.
It doesn't fill me with confidence because everything Brad has just said is like it just moves away from the Assassin's Creed world and turns it into something else, and that's not what the fans of Assassin's Creed want. So
they've already told us we're not going to get action stealth games anymore. So let's just fucking ruin it even more, I guess.
Have to kill a franchise in one fell swoop.
Yeah.
The live model.
No, they did that with the film.
Oh.
From the games that I've played of Assassin's Creed, that like no game is like the other. Like it seems to reinvent themselves every time they create a game. Like obviously,
not always for the best.
Obviously, they stuck with that format, like the stealth format, for a while. But like, I don't know. The second one's still my favourite game.
Yeah, I played that one through twice, but I think there's only so many times I suppose you can go around the same game, and the thing is they're competing with other franchises, aren't they? Like, obviously The Witch is like an outdated one, but you're looking at these action RPG games, and that's what people want now. These games that can produce like 80 hours of content, to be honest, from what I've heard, like the last couple of Assassin's Creed games have done really, really well. But it's a case of just we'll have to wait and see.
Valhalla's the highest selling one.
Is it?
I think so.
But
it's good. It's really good.
I think it depends on the last game, though, isn't it? Because your franchises aren't really as good as your last game. You know, if your last game sells really well and is, I I want to say like critically acclaimed, then people are going to pick up the next game, aren't they? More than likely to.
Yeah, I
And then
think
be like,
because there's people from Splinter Cell and Watchdog Legions,
Mm.
and it's people who did Odyssey and Syndicate, I think. So there's still studios that have done like Black Flag and other games like that that aren't part of it. So I don't think it'll be the end of the single player games.
no. I think the only way that I could probably compare it to anything else is very much Elder Scrolls. Because obviously Elder Scrolls Online is obviously a live service game, but they are continually like getting expansions, and if they're working on that kind of basis of like just adding single player content, like that's slightly different. But there's so many expansions for that game now. I think there's probably more expansions than that than there is in Destiny 2 at the minute, or whatever the version of Destiny that we've got in the minute. And Destiny is probably one of the biggest ones out there, especially on the console space.
Yeah, to be fair, an Elder Scrolls style sort of game would work, I think. Obviously without the magic and shit, but
yeah. Okay, so we did have, I think before we leave, we did have one last little bit of news, which I think Rob will probably like before we leave. There was an announcement yesterday, Rob.
Was there?
Yeah, there was an announcement yesterday. I feel like it was a fuck you to Nintendo by
Oh yeah, Steam.
Steam. So Steam announced the Steam Deck. My question to you, Robert.
It's a terrible name, isn't it?
Yeah, it's quite interesting as well.
Whenever I googled it, it just came up with Stream Decks.
Yeah, I know. I was like, what the fuck? That's not right.
did you put Stream instead of Steam?
No. Literally, if you Google, well, it probably doesn't anymore because a lot of people have pre-ordered them.
No, it literally does. I googled it earlier, trying to find out the specs and all the rest of it. But yeah. So to kind of take on the handheld gaming console, I want to say gaming console, but this is technically not a gaming console at all, is it, Rob?
No, it's a PC.
Okay, so my question to you, Rob, is: have you reserved your Steam Deck yet?
No.
Have you not?
I'm going to.
Yeah, I thought you would. I did one. A friend of the show has messaged me, and I won't say who it is because I don't know if they want to give their name away, but somebody has messaged me to be like, oh yeah, I'll be the tester for this one, and has already got his Steam Deck on order. But you know what the interesting thing is? You get like the docking station to slot it into.
Yeah.
You have to pay for that separately.
I'm not going to buy that anyway.
Oh yeah.
If I was going to dock it into a monitor, and use a mouse and keyboard, I would just use my computer.
This is kind of intermediary for people that want like that hand console kind of experience, and then don't potentially have like a desktop or anything, like a mid-range desktop.
I understand like people wanting to plug it into their computer, like PC TVs as well. Like that would be the other reason to have a dock. But then I've got an Nvidia Shield, so I can.
I've got
a Nintendo Nvidia Shield. Yeah, I've got an Nvidia Shield, which pretty much I can do that already. So
yeah.
How much is a Steam Deck?
Depends on the storage space you get.
I have it here. So the 64 gigabyte basic one is $350. 256 gigabyte SSD with a couple of extras is $460, and 512 gigabyte SSD with a few more extras is $570.
Okay,
I'm gonna go for
whoa. £570 for the top of the range.
Yeah.
Yeah, but do you know
without the dock?
Yes. Okay, so I just want to say this now, right? Rob, do you know what the difference is between all three?
Nothing. The
Storage size.
The storage size
and a few extras.
in the two big ones have NVMe.
There is no difference apart from storage size between the the 256 and the 512.
Yeah, no,
you get.
They have
you get
NVMe, so it's faster.
Anti-glare etched glass, and you get some other keyboard themes and bollocks for 200 quid. Fuck
Yeah,
that.
it's not worth it because you can get a one of those glass windows that go over the 7-inch screen. The anti-break ones. I can't remember what they're called off the top of my head.
Yeah,
Like what
I
you
know
put on your phones. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like what you put on your phone. I've got one on my Nintendo Switch. The funny thing is the fact that the Nintendo Switch, what was it, last week or just randomly this week? I can't remember which. Actually has announced a new console as well, the Nintendo OLED.
Fucking
It's out.
good
It's
names
already
all
out, isn't
round.
it? Isn't it already out?
No, it's
No.
October, I think.
October. And the great thing, do you know what the upgrades are for that? It's not 4K. There is no new GPU for it or CPU
Yes,
for it.
7-inch OLED screen.
Yeah.
They've just literally upgraded the screen.
Yeah.
They've
What
upgraded the screen
fuck have they been doing?
and they've changed the stand.
How much are they charging you for this new screen and stand?
An extra
300
50 quid. Yeah, 300 is it? I think it's about 330. So this thing
Yeah.
is now going to be competing with the Nintendo Switch, but I feel like you're going towards two different audiences with this. I feel like the Nintendo Switch is probably for people that like obviously Nintendo games, you know, like Animal Crossing and Zelda and shit like that. Whereas I don't know. I feel like the Steam Deck is pretty much like, look, here's all my fucking games on Steam that I love to play, and I want to play them on the go. And that I love that idea. Like, let's be honest, we all have games on Steam that we'd want to do that with. Brad, you're playing Sekiro at the minute, which you bought on Steam. Would you like to play Sekiro at work on a Steam Deck?
No.
But the interesting thing is, at the end of the day,
I'm far too angry.
it's a PC. So, like, I watched a review on it, and if you don't like the Steam Linux OS
software,
you can just remove it and just put Windows on it and run whatever computer games you want.
Yeah, you can put Windows on this thing, put Epic Games, and put all your Epic Games on there. You can do whatever the fuck you want with this, and that's the amazing thing. Also, you don't need to get the 450 quid version. There was little difference between all three models, right? Apart from internal storage space, right? And the best thing about that is you can get an external SD card.
Yeah, but
you
you
have 500.
don't want to be running games off an external SD card, though, do you really?
I do on
I would say getting the middle one is probably where you'd want to go because you don't want to pay £210 for a bit more storage.
But how much was the middle one?
You could download 2 or 3 games, and then when you're done, you just delete them and you put something else. What did you say, Luke? Sorry.
How much was the middle one?
460.
So 460 quid. I agree. It's not a
same price as a PlayStation 5.
Yeah, it's not fair to compare it with a Switch because I agree with Mike. You know, Nintendo Switch is aimed at Mario fanboys. That's fine. Be that person. I haven't got a problem with that. But
I do.
That's a lot of money for a portable computer. But like Rob said, that is the same price as a PS5. I know which one I would buy if I'd got 500 quid to waste. And it fucking doesn't start with Steam Deck.
Yeah, but Luke, think about it. You could uninstall the OS, right? Put Windows on it.
You could play Tarkov.
Put the Battlestate launcher on there.
Can't play Tarkov on the go. It would be physically impossible to play Tarkov on that. You could install it. You could start playing Tarkov. I agree. It would be physically impossible to actually play Tarkov on that.
Oh no, you can link it to your phone and run it through that. You could literally do that.
It would still be physically impossible to use all the keybinds to play Tarkov.
I don't know.
It wouldn't because you could take a keyboard and mouse with you to work and
it's not fucking portable anymore, is it? It's bollocks. Fuck off.
It has got like 2 back buttons and 2 shoulder buttons and touch pads. You technically, you could. There's enough.
No, you couldn't.
There is.
No, this is exactly why Tarkov will never come to console. There's just not enough keys.
I agree with that.
There is enough keys.
No, there isn't.
There is.
All right, fine.
You know what
we will
say
agree
about
to disagree, but this won't work.
Go on, Brad.
If you want to play your Steam library, if you're not gonna buy this, if your Steam library is an indie fucking machine, is it? You're not gonna pay 500 quid when you could buy a Switch to play indie games.
Not necessarily, because the game.
If you're gonna play Steam games like The Witcher or Tarkov or something like that, just pay a bit more and get a fucking laptop. Like, why do you need to pay for the Steam Deck?
But also, right?
Because your laptop, you can have whatever engine. You don't just play Steam games. You just play whatever the fuck you want.
I agree with you, but okay, Brad, you know this. Indie games on the Switch versus Steam, which is cheaper? Which is cheaper? Which one has the Steam sale every year?
Yeah, all right. Point.
Okay, right? Which is the same price as a Nintendo Switch with a 720p 7-inch screen with which is more powerful than a Nintendo Switch. Until obviously,
but you can't play your Nintendo games on it.
Oh, I'm pretty sure I could find an emulator that would work.
Yeah, I was gonna say you could get Breath of the Wild in 4K on this thing.
So I'm not
emulator.
I'm not trying to spend your money for you, Mike. But
wait. Okay, just got Brad. You could play Wind Waker on this fucking thing with the Dolphin emulator. Just saying. I mean, that isn't on Nintendo Switch, and that's a Nintendo game. Yet.
Yeah.
Sorry.
No. Go on, Luke. I'm not buying one. So.
Yeah. Are you going to buy one, Rob? No.
Yeah,
he is. He's 100%.
Right, okay, so I've got a question, Rob. I mean, I understand you have a lot of games in your Steam library, but let's all be honest here. You're only buying it so you can play Destiny on the go.
No.
Bullshit.
He's already said no because he's got Nvidia Shield.
Yeah, but you can't play Destiny at work, dude. With this, he would be able to.
Yeah, but
you can't tell me I'm lying.
Does he want to play Destiny that much that he's willing to waste another 400 quid to do so?
Yes, he fucking is.
That's a lot of bottles of wine, Rob.
Dude, he could get the low end one for what, 350? Save himself $100.
When have you ever known Rob to buy low end anything?
Destiny's at 100 gig install. I need the middle one.
See?
They might sell them on Very, Rob.
Already, I know. I already thought about that.
I just feel sorry for anybody trying to install freaking Modern Warfare on this thing because
yeah, it wouldn't. You would need you would definitely need the bigger one.
I think they're trying to create a hole in the market that just doesn't need to be created, to be honest. But hey, that's me because my Steam library is not full of games that would be very well played on something that's portable, so I definitely won't be spending 400-500 quid on one.
You can play Stickman.
You want me to spend £450 to play Stickman on the go?
I'm not saying you should, but I'm saying you could. Welcome back, Luke.
I just don't have the words to tell you to fuck off right now.
It's fine. I think the last thing from which kind of compares to this is, I don't know if you guys heard the rumor, but Netflix may be partnershiping with PlayStation. If you heard that leak.
Yes, I saw Netflix going to be having a gaming platform.
Yes, called N Gaming. As far as get out of it.
What does that mean?
It depends what they're going to do. I mean, if they do, I would be down for trying some Detroit-style games on Netflix if they do that sort of thing.
Well, all right. Put it this way: what
are they going to start publishing games, or is it just going to be like a launcher that sells games like Steam?
I think if this rumored PlayStation Netflix partnership goes through, right? We obviously you need something to compete with Game Pass. Game Pass is potentially on everything, mobile phones and all the rest of it, yeah? This would effectively fill that void. Netflix you can get on pretty much any device. And the rumor is you can actually connect a controller with it as well. So what if they obviously you've got PlayStation Now. What if they put all the games that are on PlayStation Now on Netflix, and you can use the controller, and you just stream the games from your Netflix?
Finding a reason to make Netflix subscription more expensive, aren't they?
Yes and no, but it's competing in that streaming market.
That is
they
a
have.
good point. Do you think it would come as part of your Netflix subscription, or do you think there would be
it would be like an add-on,
a
wouldn't
separate? Yeah.
Yeah, it's going to get to the point where you're paying what 15 to 20 quid a month, and you get Netflix and all the rest of it. But it would be an easy in, wouldn't it? You're going straight to Netflix, which has the streaming capabilities for this, and Netflix have already gone into the foray of games on their network, haven't they? You look at Bandersnatch. Is it Bandersnatch? You've already got the Minecraft like mini game kind of things on there as well. You know,
Hmm.
I feel like Netflix are in a better position than I know Amazon are doing. I can't see Amazon releasing games on like on the Fire Stick or anything like that. But I feel like this would be an easy in for them if they if
Yeah, I mean, if people still can't get hold of one, or if you don't want to shell out 500 quid on a console, and they say for £15, here's a massive catalog of PlayStation Now and Plus games, plus you get your Netflix still, then I'm sure people would go for it.
Yeah, what happens if you want to play, I don't know, Horizon Zero Dawn or Ghost of Tsushima or via Netflix? Would you do it? You know, if you had that opportunity, you'd have to buy a console because consoles are going away at some point. We know that. Yeah, there's a market now, but we all know the future is going towards streaming services.
Yeah, because I guess you could, if it.
Oh,
if it
so you're
did
talking
launch-
about using Netflix's already in place
Established.
infrastructure
Yeah,
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
stream games to it. Okay.
yeah, that's literally the rumor. There was a load of images leaked, and PlayStation. There was 2 PlayStation controllers linked with it. Also, there was a load of Sony stuff in there. But you know, Sony already have something. They have PlayStation Now, but it's not doing very well. Well, not when you compare it to Xbox Game Pass. You know, you've got all the latest games on there. But if you can put it on a platform where that most people nowadays have, like Netflix. You know, that's a win-win for both companies, really.
Xbox Game Pass is a bit of a joke though,
Why?
because it's broken.
Oh, well, yeah. Apart from that,
But you don't have to pay
Wait,
for any of the
why
games.
is it broken? Oh, right. Okay, I see.
yeah. There's ways around it, isn't there? But yeah. Anyway, I think we've talked enough about actual news this week. There's way too much news. Yeah, Rob, let us know when you order your Steam Deck.
Okay, we'll do.
Be about 5 minutes before I order mine, I imagine.
Yeah. Brad, are you gonna get a Steam Deck, or are you gonna hold out for the Nintendo Switch 4K, which apparently is
I
still gonna be released
will
next year?
not be buying either of those.
You're not gonna get the 4K.
What, Switch? No, because they're not been in any of the other versions of it. Everything's still going to be coming to all versions, so I'm not paying for just an OLED screen.
No, I mean the 4K version, not the OLED one. Like
the 4K version? No, I'm still no. I don't need 4K to play my indie games. Thank you.
No, I mean the rumor is at the minute that we all know what the silicon chip shortage
Yeah.
situation is at the minute, and this is, we know what Nintendo's like. They've released how many 3DSs and Game Boys. There was so many variations. This is just Nintendo being Nintendo, and if the silicon shortage is created anything, this has just led them to be like, oh cool, here's a new Nintendo Switch without actually having the upgrade till next year. But anyone who buys Nintendo Switch this year with the new screen and everything is going to be pretty pissed off if they release a 4K DLSS OLED one next year.
It kind of feels like you haven't been able to get a PS5. Oh, you haven't been able to get a graphics card for your PC. Here's a new shiny thing we do something else as well.
Yeah, and that's the other good thing with the Stream Deck. You don't have to look for a graphics card or anything like that. It's
Steam
all there.
Deck. You called it a Stream Deck.
Steam Deck. Did I say Stream Deck? That's so fucking. Why? I have no idea why they called it that.
It's a really bad name, isn't it?
You should have just called it the Stream Machine.
Don't cross the streams.
Don't cross
Steams?
the streams.
Don't cross the steams.
Don't cross the steams. It's just as bad. Luke's shaking his head. I think that's it from us this week. Are you happy, Rob?
Always.
Brad?
Always.
Are you COVID free
Yeah.
for now?
Yeah.
I
for
don't know.
now.
You had three positive tests.
I did, and then I had a negative PCR.
Nice, the best.
So fuck knows.
The man in the north, the king in the east. What say you?
What the fuck, dude?
Please don't hate me, Luke. I'm sorry.
Oh, you're talking about me, right? Okay.
You good?
Oh, fucking cock a hoop, mate.
Cool. Right, I think that's it from us this week. And we will catch you next time. We will you can find us on Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, wherever on the Mash This Buttons website. Good day, good evening, good night, and we'll catch you soon. Bye bye.
Bye.
Cheers.
Bye.